Hey everybody, this is Mike back with one more, fingers crossed, Kingdoms Forlorn video. If you didn't see last week, I did two videos, one for the adventure phase and one for the clash phase in one expedition. This is a long game. But now we get the second half of the expedition. We're going to try to finish up Paracelsa's quest and see if Renholder can keep his clues to complete his thing. And we're going to go from there. And just going to kind of fast track the rest of this. This is a review copy. Anyway. So watch the other two videos first so you know what the heck is going on, but we're going to jump right in. So at the end of the clash, we had not tracked down the cult. We had failed the first part of Paracelsa's quest. By the way, I'm saying Paracelsa by now. Maybe it's Paracelsa. Depends on if you're being Italian, I guess, or these are like Germanic names too. I'm not sure where we are. But so somebody ran in, said that these cultists are like grabbing people. So what are we going to have to do? Reach the petrified pier before the cultists can complete their ritual. Oh, reveal kingdom tile L5. I mean, it's a pier and I'm in the port district. So that sounds like it'll be good. So here it is, the petrified pier. And it connects to 3, which I don't see, and 12, which I don't see, and 19, which I do see. Yep. Okay, cool. So it's kind of like at the very edge of the thing, but I know exactly how to get to where I'm going. And I almost have all the clues that Renholder needs, so this is good. For the video to be finished in a timely fashion, I might actually be able to quickly go through the exploration part. Okay, so we got to reach this before the end of the expedition. Place red acrylic cubes on time 10 and 14. At the beginning of the story step, if your time marker reaches one of these things, trigger the following passages. But if we get to the petrified pier, then something else will happen. And we got to get there before 16, of course. So the faster we get there, the better. Besides that, everything is basically the same as when it's set up. We get to heal our characters and bring our people back to life. So to get to 19, I need to go down to here. Oh, and then actually I can just go straight to 12, which is above it. So that's even better. These have generic tokens on them from the first adventure because we had not explored them, but the cult was running around them. So for our travel step, the first thing we do, we will head southwards, which is a problem because we were still dealing with a Panzergeist possession. I don't think this stuff goes away at the end of our last exploration. It says if you don't travel in a direction with a token right now, which is only east, each knight gains 1 heat, ignoring heat limit. Oh, wait, I guess there would have been another token at the end of the delve round. So you always have 2 of them. So actually going south will be fine, and then going west will be fine because we're about to go west. So none of this should hurt us at all. All right, so we're traveling down here. Since it was not revealed yet, we would resolve this. So 1 time, -1 threat, and oh, crud, I'm going to get chased by the dudes. Oh, no, I'm not yet. And then the fog value is only if we're trying to travel through fog to it. So our time is up to 9, and something will happen at 10, they said, right? This goes down, which has a 1 paw icon, which means these worms that are chasing us come into the stone plaza behind us. And we've got medium 12 over here to move into, which will again lead us to the petrified pier. And we've got, another passage to read, 64. At 64:13, I've already seen this before for Renholder. Basically, I see a statue, nothing special happens. But 64:7 does have an effect. So far, Paracelsa is the one getting all the cool stuff. The story told by the statue is an old one, but one you never tire of hearing. Rhea, the compassionate lady of charity, giving a sermon at the water's edge. In response, shoals of fish rise to the surface of the waves to hear her words, while the stubborn townsfolk cannot or do not listen. You think of how all too often you find unresponsive ones across the kingdoms, those unwilling to hear the message of hope and kindness that you try to share. Maybe the fish of the sea will be more responsive, you think, as you look up at the white marble statue overlooking the Principality docks. And the effect says to gain 1 zeal token, which is good because we lost all of it at the end of the last thing. And 2 instead if nobody can regain heat, and we can't, lose heat because we have it all. So she's already got 2 zeal out of her max of 3, ready to get some boosts. Nice. Oh, we do have to do an exploration card. The Hunter and the Hunted. Okay, the party leader tests insight. Oh, we haven't seen a skill test yet. 6, and Paracelsa has +1 to start on that. So she needs a 5, and she can take a heat to re-roll it if she needs to. Each other knight may gain +1 heat to add +1 to the party leader's result. If we succeed, we scavenge 2, getting more items and gold, or 1 knight gains 1 chosen clue. Ooh. But if we fail, each knight loses 2 damage. If it's paused an encounter, we're not doing all that. So we'll just all take a heat to add +3 and then +1. I mean, that's kind of overkill. I assume it's as many as 1, 2, right? Each other knight may gain 1 to add +1. So I think if we each took 1, that's +3. She gets +1, so she's at +4, so she needs a 2 or a 1. Or she needs this not a 1. Okay, I guess we didn't need to do all of that. But Scavenge 2 will get us money because we only get to pick up to a few items. We already have some very nice things in here. So we probably aren't going to need to take too much gear. So more cards would just be money. Or a chosen clue. Well, let's see. We're about to head west, which is the exact one Renholder needs. So he'll be done, although extra clues do give leads. So yeah, you know what? I'm not going to take the scavenging. I'll just get Renholder an extra yellow. Then I'll get another one when he moves west. We'll try to just get him as many of those as possible because he failed his quest the last time I played, or his investigation, I should say. So getting a bunch of leads will get him the reward he should have gotten there. But that was a rather nice event. What's not going to be so nice is when this rat comes chasing after us in a second. Or not rat, worms. We haven't seen the rats yet. So yeah, I'm going to travel west. So that'll advance time by 1. That'll advance danger by 1, which is causing them to move twice. And each person gets a yellow clue if possible, which gets Rayloff to 3 yellow. But I'm not really worried about the squires, because if you didn't hear from the last video, they're already almost fully upgraded for our current tier. So their clues are mainly this tier to help with like attacks and such. And yeah, Renholder is more than good in terms of clues, although if he dies in the combat, he loses half of them, which would then put him below the 3 and 3 he needs. All right, so that locks in. Now we got to move everything up, don't we, to fit things. I'm going to get rid of some of the old things because clearly I'm not going to be exploring over there. There we go. Everything's looking pretty good, but then these guys jump in at me. So I've still finished the current step, so I am going to get a object of interest. But then before we do the exploration card, I will have to resolve the encounter, which is going to be the same as the last time we fought the worms, except this time it won't be an ambush, so we'll actually have a much easier time destroying them, hopefully. All right, so 2 plus 2 is 4, which is tension in the air. Resolve a kingdom adventure. I haven't even done this before. Oh, right, I read about these. These are kind of like in Sworn, and Trespass Odyssey, keep your game straight. So it's a D100. The white will be the tens digit, 41. Lost in the labyrinth of faces. You have been walking for hours, yet the highway of petrified refugees seems infinite. You're surrounded by faces, young and old, frozen in worry, and cast in stone. You cannot tell where you are on the map. The sun is setting. You need to hurry. It will be even harder to find your way in the dark. Okay, as a group, roll a D10-1. You may gain 1 curse to add 3 to the roll. And we already got a curse. I don't want to do another one. 7. Hey, we got it anyway. As the sun is setting on the horizon, you find a road that leads out of the labyrinth of statues, as if it was marked in some arcane way. Oh, you should not maybe refresh 1. We don't have anything. Yeah, it does nothing. Okay, thanks for nothing, everybody. And with that, let's get to the encounter. Oh, and sorry, I forgot to note that this would have gotten another token on the west. Before we moved west, we wouldn't have taken any heat, and then it's getting discarded at the end of this round anyway. All right, watch out. Don't mess up the tokens too much. There's the encounter. And it's once again against 2 of these guys. And because it's not an ambush, they go on first. So wherever we put them, they have to face that they're attacking 2 things. So I guess that's better because they're only going to hit 1 space potentially. And we got a lot of ways to hit them. Okay, and the second one has to go on a sword and chalice. Well, hey, let's have them attack the exact same thing so we can easily dodge them and hopefully kill them. Okay, now I'll put my squires in last because I want to make sure my main people don't get hurt if possible. Especially Renholder, because again, if he dies, then I lose clues, and that would be bad. All right, he's also going to a sword and chalice. He has a ranged weapon, so let's put him right here. Oh, wait, that's right. Forgot last time that his ranged weapon can only go directly in a line. How the heck is he? Yeah, there's no way for him to really attack. All right, he'll just help the other people out. Okay, and then my other character, she got nothing, which means she has to be here or here. What are they doing? 2 damage? Nah, she'll help out the other guys then. There we go. It's going to be all up to the squires. First one goes on a single sword. What? Oh, that's fine. Okay, there we go. That's Fabio. And then Rayloff goes on a blank. Sorry, buddy. Have fun with the dudes. Then they each attack for 1 vigor. So Rayloff's down to 8. All right, and oh gosh, he has nothing to give anybody. Well, we just got to get 1 scratch, just like damage him once to really have anything important happen. So let's have him go first and give somebody. Remember, the sword is the accuracy one, and the cup is the breaking one. So there we go. And then we'll have a Rayloff since he got hurt. The eager squire, he shall raise his passion up to attack. All right, so let's see if he hits. That is not the right deck, Mike. Let's try that again. See if he hits. He needs a 6+. Oh, he rolled a 10, but it's not a crit chance. That's interesting. Well, either way, he definitely hits. And he needs 3 hits, and he has 1 break. 1 power plus 1 potential is not enough, and he doesn't have any blue clues, so let's take his second heat to redraw. Okay, 1 power with 1 potential, still not enough, but he can get +1 power by discarding a red clue. Yep, we weren't going to finish his thing either way, so that gets 1 scratch for us. And then he leaves a single opening for accuracy for Fabio. Fabio also increases his passion, so they're going to both be tougher. The nice thing is they'll be getting the priority token since Renholder and Paracelsa have not done any attacking yet. All right, so he just has a +1 from the opening. With a 7, that's easily a hit. And Oh, he doesn't have any break. So 2's not enough, is it? All right, well, might as well take a heat and redraw. Although chance of getting like a 3 straight up is or never mind. Definitely got it. All right, that's a double this time, so we hit them both, which means 2 knights may refresh. Ooh, and we start with a break token in the knight pool when we actually go to like the real battle. Cool. Because all of these tokens and others we might have gained, they just go away. And most importantly, these guys are gone, so we can continue our journey, although it's going to be a very short journey, unimpeded. Well, except maybe impeded by a new exploration card of stone. What? Resolve another kingdom adventure? Dude, I went from 0 to hero with these things. Just want to get to a clash so I don't have to record forever, and I threw the dice. Okay, that's a 60. That's a 0, which is a ghostly duel. And I think you mark this, and the next time you get it, something else happens. I got to review those rules. Okay, never mind. I just checked, and the box means you can't do it again. So the other one I rolled, I could do as many times as I want. As you sift through the cloisters of a ruined church of the Allfather, a ghostly apparition rises from the ground, animating a rusted piece of armor. A Panzergeist. It turns toward you and effortlessly raises a great sword too big to be handled with a single hand. The green flames animating the plate burn furiously, an unnatural force directing them. You draw your own weapons and ready yourselves. Okay, each knight tests Might 8. You may gain 1 curse to add 2 to each test and lose 1 vigor to add 1 to your test. You know what? I will gain 1 curse because we're very close to the end. I think we're just going to go down to the port and have the next thing happen. Although it is checked, and neither Paracelsa nor Renholder have any bonus to red. Interesting. All right, well, let's see. Fabio, you'll take a wound. So they have +3 and they need an 8. So we need a 5. Got it. That's 1 success. We need at least 3 for the best result. Okay, Rayloff, you're already hurt. We won't make you do it. But +6 or 6 + 2 is also an 8. So we got 2 successes. So with that, I don't think we need to hurt Renholder. Nope, we're already good. Well, hey, let's see if Paracelsa would have gotten it too. Yeah, hey, all of us succeeded. Although the 1 curse helped a ton. Using team tactics, you manage to put the Panzergeist on the defensive. One of you parries the blow and immediately counters. While the monster is strong and inhumanly fast, it still isn't enough. With a swift stab, the knight plunges their weapon through a chink in the armor. In a flash of light, the ghost implodes, leaving behind the armor and a scorch mark on the cracked stone. Okay, up to 1 knight may gain a martial clue, and each knight that doesn't gains 1 passion. Awesome. Yeah, again, I don't care about these squires finishing their stuff, so let's all gain 1 passion. We'll be that much stronger in the fight to come. Heck yeah. Okay, and that was the exploration card. We still have to do the story step, which is going to be the special thing that triggers at time 10, because we didn't get to the dock quite yet. You rush through the city, ever alert for danger all about. You scan every alleyway, pay attention to every hollowed-out building. The faithful must ever be alert to the scheming of the sinful, lest they... So focused were you on what lay around and above, you failed to pay attention to what lurked beneath. As you and your troop cross a mansion's sprawling gardens, the soil beneath your feet shifts. Fat, writhing white bodies emerge. These guys again? Their jaws distending as they threaten with poison-tipped fangs. Pale bloodworms. This, by the way, is one of the fights I have not had yet. I've only had these guys as encounters. Driven to a frenzy by the dark magics of the cultists. The garden swarms with the beasts as you and your troop hack and slash at every emerging worm. You look about, trying to read the movements in the soil, predict where next they'll break through. Okay, Paracelsa tests insight or sagacity. You may lower your heat limit by 1 to add +1 to your result. Other knights in the party may lose 1 vigor to add 1 to your result each. Let's see what her insight and sagacity is. And she's got 1 insight, no sagacity. Well, you know what? I forgot all about this. I'll use a Knight Prowess. This is going to go to the cooldown area for the battle, and she's going to add an opening to the battle. So now we have 1 opening and 1 break, which is a nice mix when we first go in. And she's going to get +1 to the roll already. So with her +1 from her trait, she only needs a 5. And you know what? This time, Fabio. He can hurt himself down 1 to get it to a 4. All right, here we go. Yay! Whoa, that was close. There, and there! You lop the head from a particularly brutish specimen and begin barking orders to your allies, directing them where to stand. Slowly, the tide of battle turns against the worm. Are you kidding? Proceed to an encounter against the pale blood worms. Why? I've done this. Well, you know what? Hey, why am I complaining? We're going to get more passion for free from attacking. Let's do this. At least we don't have to reach very far. I still have them right nearby. All right, come on in, wormies. This one's going on a single sword. That worked out pretty well last time. And this one's coming in on a sword and chalice. Hey, you know what? Why broke something that ain't, or why fix something that isn't broken? Actually, this time I'm going to put it there. And I can't have him face to the right because he has to have as many spots in range as possible. So let's go here. All right, and Renholder with his bow. This is just so hard to get done. Oh, a double sword. Perfect. Now he can shoot 1, 2, 3, 4, but not be hit by them. Okay, and then let's get Paracelsa. Hopefully she'll get... Yeah, this is going to be the tougher one. 2 swords, or a cup. Oh, 2 swords. All right, cool. And now if my squires come in, she's going to get attacked there. I mean, whatever. She'll suffer the damage to get the extra passion to start off the battle. And then squire, good. 2. And a single sword. Yeah, that one's not going to help at all. All right, so Paracelsa does get hurt, but you don't draw a Mortis card on these. And then let's have this squire help out by giving her, he just gives her a opening. So she's got +1 to hit. That'll be enough, right? Because she gets 2 reds plus her own red, and then also an automatic +1 because she's 2-handing it. She'll add an extra break, and Cumbersome doesn't apply because it's only when you wound somebody, and these are scratches, not wounds. They clarified that in the rules. All right, so the big thing is she needs a 5. That's more than enough. And then, like I said, 3 reds plus 1 automatic. That's 4. And she had 1 reroll because she went up to Passion 2, so that's nice. All right, so this one's done. And with Passion 2, she can add one of these or a break. Well, let's see. This guy, if he helps out Renholder and then Renholder attacks, he's going to give +2 openings. So I think he'll get the break. And then I'll have this guy just help. So we got a lot of bonuses. See, Renholder's doing his bow. It's +2 on its own, +2 more. So I think only a 1 misses. Okay, that's good enough. He gets a red from himself, black and red from the bow, and 1 break if he needs it. And he's up to 2 passion. That's fine. That's more than enough. Yep. Okay, so we can refresh once each. That means actually Paracelsa can get her +1 stat card back to her hand immediately. And we get another break token in the night pool, which again is separate from this, and none of those tokens were used. We'll have 2 breaks to start out. Yeah, worms, don't mess with us. That was a longer penultimate exploration than I expected. All right, so we're about to travel again. Let's use some skills, maybe, before the fight starts. Here we go. Paracelsa's Blessed Insight. Before the travel step, and be a look at the top exploration card. It's also going to get us an opening. Heck yeah. Now, it does cost her 1 heat. That's fine. Anyway, yeah, let's look at the top exploration. Curse transfer. You may gain X curse to lose X threat, or vice versa. If we have 5 plus threat, you must resolve this effect instead. And X has to be at least 1. I think that's that big a deal if we're about to probably finish the thing. Oh, but I mean, there could be a nice thing. Okay, we'll put that on the bottom. Okay, and then we'll move down into here. So we've got 1 time, 2 threat, and 2 clues. All right, to the time. And actually, where's our other skill about lowering threat? Sure, let's use this. I shall fear no evil. So that's going to her ZZZ. Okay, that's good, because that way it's not going to, she can only pull back 1 from cleanup at a time. Oh, wait, that's right. She got this. No, she didn't get this immediately. Never mind, I just used it. But it's going to get us another break. That's a 3rd. Wow. That means we're only getting 1 threat. Wait, did I already raise it up? Maybe that's where it was. Clue-wise, we're getting blue. And then also to the left, green, which nobody can use. And then we're doing tension in the air, which is holy crud, another kingdom adventure. All right, now I want this video to go. Okay, fine, I'll do one. I was about to say I'll just skip it. 93. Okay, there's another one-off. Eve's Drip Kindness. As you venture through the petrified streets, the usual dead silence of the stone-turned kingdom is disrupted by a faint, echoing wailing. The sound is instantly recognizable. The cry of an infant quite close by. This doesn't sound good. The keening leads you to the front of a desolate tenement house, almost buried following an earthquake. The cry, now much louder, is coming from inside the building. Suspicion grabs hold of you. A babe out here alone? Perhaps the principality is playing a trick on you. As you approach, you spot signs of peril around the door to the subsiding home. A patina of gray dust crawling across aged timbers, a stone fungus crawling outwards. The petrification plague is within and could still be contagious. A wise person would seal up the infected pit before others fall to the sickness inside. Now I'm going in. Okay. Overcoming your hesitation, you proceed inside, where you find a crib engulfed by stone. It's not empty. The petrified body of a babe, no more than a few weeks old, lies frozen in a rictus of pain, crying for a mother who will no longer answer. In spite of its petrified form, the baby's wails continue to echo forth. You're reminded once again that the curse spares no one. You utter a short prayer and the crying ceases. Perhaps no one before you thought to offer the babe that kindness to try and put the child to rest. Or perhaps they didn't care. Whoa, each knight gains 1 passion? Oh, and suffers 1 bane. That's okay, we're all way under our limit. An exploration wins a petrification. Gain 1 stone key, we don't need that. Your current district is being swept by a gale of petrification. Place this card in your district. Oh, okay, but we're going to be done. Whenever you gain more than 1 threat during the kingdom, gain 1 curse as well. That is pretty nasty. And yeah, that would just affect the district we're in, the port in this case, but it's not going to matter. At least I assume, because I think we're going to go on. You slow as you approach the docks, wary of being spotted. Listening carefully, you catch the murmur of a dark chant echoing across the frozen waters. Out on one of the larger piers, a knot of figures have gathered. Cultists, black-robed, hiding their faces under deep hoods, standing in a circle around a pattern drawn in bone-white chalk. A single towering figure stands within the ritual circle. He is clad in a crimson robe, and instead of a hood to hide his features, he wears a white mask. A clergyman of the sanguine theocracy, the apostate sect of Eshen. Okay. A body lies before the clergyman. A body, for the poor fellow cannot still live. He has been cut numerous times, and now his blood oozes from those incisions, rising into the air, to congeal into a single massive droplet of scarlet. The globule floats in midair, undulating uncertainly, pulsing with an inner glow that is both sickly and powerful. If Reinhold is in your party, C4. So here we go, get to see one of these little interactions. The Mage Knight shuffles into a more favorable position, watching the proceedings with great interest. This guy's such a freak. They're extracting something. I've seen rituals like this before. Not just the blood, but something in it. See that flash of light? You look and see nothing until a flicker of reddish-purple swims beneath the surface of the floating blood orb. Tenebrae, essence of the shadows, the deep primitive parts of the soul. They're pulling it out of the body, but for what purpose? Without a way to store it. He descends into rambling, theorizing, at times seeming to respond to someone you can't see. You don't have time for mages, as they all too often dismiss the spiritual to try and find a scientific answer, but you're glad to have a sharp mind here, analyzing what you're witnessing. Ooh, we get one rapport with him, and we get one free magic token. All right, cool. Nausea rises in your throat. Blood magic, the profane hallmark of the sanguine theocracy. The cultists are tearing the very essence from their victims, the divinity and spirit they were gifted at birth, and turning it into this grotesque thing. Oh, Bane 1, is that for each of us or just her? I mean, again, I don't think it matters, but okay. Oh, and we get a new technique. So this gives us a permanent option for another card, although I don't think we get it immediately because we already had our hand limit. But this one would let her get deadly, which means she has twice the chance of getting a critical hit. And this one lets us, interact with a point of interest more controllingly to get like the thing we want. That's kind of cool. Okay, if you own the Red Kingdom of... They haven't even made that yet. Well, hey, at least they're planning ahead. Otherwise, 22. The ritual abruptly ends, and the blood orb contracts and expands suddenly. A tendril of crimson lashes out, and another, targeting the circle of cultists. The clergyman sidesteps each lash as the orb begins snatching up and swallowing the other cultists. In seconds, it has feasted and drops to the ground with a wet splat. Then the gelatinous mass changes shape, showing one, then another face in its oozing surface, features resembling the cultists it just consumed. Behind the newly birthed monstrosity, the clergyman turns on his heel, walking away as the blood mass releases an ear-splitting cry that sounds like the screams of a dozen throats. The crimson-robed figure turns to look at his creation, and you feel the satisfied smirk behind his mask before, with a single step, he merges with the gloom, a ripple of blood consuming him as he vanishes. The blood creature howls again, and several limbs sprout from its body, each one holding a weapon forged of its own crimson matter. With a scream, it turns its focus to you and charges. Okay, so we're going to mark 9 on her board, and then we go into a full class. Oh man, Knight of the Fen? I just fought one of these yesterday. Well, it's okay. It's kind of like a mix of a boss and a mob, but it is a bossier, encounter than what you saw on the first one, so at least it'll be a little different. But yeah, okay, level 1, Knight of the Fen, and 9 on my sheet. All right, to show you, this one is a big, nasty boy. He's taking up 4 spaces. All right, so here we go, ready to go. Again, lots of stuff to talk about, although I have played this one before at least. So if he activates the Dwell ability, then he's going to teleport to the closest swamp terrain tile. You'll see the swamp in a lot of places in a second. Whenever he's dealt a wound, place a token on the We Are Many trait. Once he gets 4 wounds, he's going to discard them all and then spawn a Doppel Knight on the closest swamp tile. You'll see this is where I said it's kind of a mix of full boss and mob. The Doppel Knight is the big thing. So we're going to spawn a Doppel Knight on the swamp terrain closest to the Knight of Fen in a second. They've got advanced bypass, which means they can now move through other figures. They've got odd spawn, which means they're going to come in at weird times. And when you kill them, they still go to the wound pile, so you're still closer to getting the 8 you need. And we're not getting 2 free ones because this is a real fight. No, just 1 activation this time, but all of the Doppel Knights activate after he activates, so you're actually getting a lot of attacks potentially. And if there are no cards in the BP deck and discard pile, which means all the BP cards have been spawned as Doppel Knights, you lose immediately, so you got to be killing them sometimes. And if he moves through us, instead of crashing us, which you haven't seen yet, that's automatic damage knocking you down, he slimes us and we start drowning. But here's a big one. For every Doppel Knight that's out, the Knight of the Fen has -1 to their armor values. So when he split himself too much, it's the main slime gets a little weaker. Cool. All right, so we've got Rubble, which is difficult terrain, which means if you move onto it at any point in your movement, you get 1 less movement. And when you're involuntarily moved onto it, you suffer knockdown. And then Swamp is also difficult terrain. If you end your move here, you die. But when you move through it, roll a die and add +1 to your resolve for every armor. And if you roll higher than your current vigor, you die. And Esquire, if they move through there, they also die. So let's just not move in the swamps, everybody. All right, before we get going, I'm supposed to spawn a Doppel Knight on a slime tile closest to the guy, so I guess we'll put it here. Technically, I'm supposed to be putting like the encounter tokens on them, but who cares? We're just using numbers 1 through 6. And also a BP1 goes on the first mob slot to represent the slime, or the Doppel Knight. And now, this guy's going to attack. See what he's doing. So a short sword jab. So he wants to target the person with the highest heat. Oh, interesting. I totally cannot figure out who's supposed to get the priority target when we're tied, because all of us have 3 passion. We haven't attacked yet. I mean, whoever attacks first will steal it. But for now, let's put it on a Rayloff because it's going to matter here. Because everyone except Renholder has 2 heat. So in the tiebreaker, he's going to go after Rayloff. And here you do this little zigzag thing in either direction until he can get to the guy. He's attacking 3 with 8+ dodge. Oh, God, and it's 3 or 5 knockdown. It's a lot of damage. He got this Rayloff. He doesn't have any heat to withdraw. Ooh, but evaded 2. It's not bad. So he's losing 3 vigor, and he is not knocked down. Okay, but then each doppelganger is going to move and attack the closest knight, which unfortunately is also going to be Rayloff right here. But for each hit, only lose 1 vigor. It's the same stats here. Oh, but then Swarm 2. We'll get to that in a second. All right, and this time, he does 2 again, so it only takes 1. And Swarm 2 means Rayloff loses 2 life for every other adjacent monster. Okay, that was nasty. By the way, for most monsters, being on difficult terrain gives them -1 defense, armor, whatever it's called. But the Knight of the Fence says they ignore difficult terrain, so that is not the case here. Okay, but hey, we survived. That could have been worse. But you can see how if we leave a lot of the doppelgangers alive, they will just mob us with extra bonus attacks from that 1 activation. So we got 1 billion tokens in the pool, but also we can't forget that we're all pretty dang leveled up, like passion-wise. We're going to get even more tokens when we attack. So really, we can kind of do whoever we want here. I mean, my first thought is let's attack the Knight of the Fen with as many attacks first, because we're going to get -1 armor to each of them because he has 1 Doppel Knight. And then maybe with like our 4th person, we can have them attack the Doppel Knight. Now, another big thing to consider is that Rayloff has 3 passion, and so does everybody else. So whoever attacks right now will get the priority target. So let's have Fabio go first. Oh, he's got to actually move, and he's losing 1 heat. So he'll go 1, 2, 3. He can't get behind the guy. But definitely want to be anywhere we can be pushed into slime and die immediately. All right, the Knight of the Fen has 6 to hit, and we've got +2, so Fabio needs a 4. And he got it. And what does he hit? The Crusty Helm. Ooh, needs 5, okay. So he's got 1 billion break, but that's not enough. Yeah, 3 + 1 potential still won't do it. He doesn't have any yellow clues either. Dang it. I guess he'll take a heat to try again, but this is a pretty hard hit. Oh, that seems like it'll do it, right? 3 + 2 break. Yep, don't have to spend anything, although Fabio did have 1 red. So we got to 5 exact. Oh, wait, he only needed 4. Hold on. Let's give him back his heat. I forgot about the -1 to the armor because of the 1 Doppel Knight. I guess I'll shuffle that nice red card back in, though, sadly. All right, so we do wound this guy, although we don't get Sunder because we didn't have 3 more. You would also, by the way, get this if you did 3 hits but not 5, so it's kind of like a consolation prize sometimes. Okay, we place a 2x2 swamp terrain tile under the Knight of the Fen. More swamp, okay. Well, that's 1 out of, 8? Now, eventually we get to BP3 cards, and they're worth 2 wounds. That speeds things up a bit. Now, escalation, we take the topmost AI1 and get rid of it, and shuffle in a random AI2. That's the same as the mob one you saw earlier. But then additionally, to replace the BP1, we're going to shuffle in a random BP2, which is just generally harder to kill, but can have like bonus effects. But again, the BP3s, which are the hardest to kill, are also actually worth double wounds, so they're great. What fun is Fabio leaving behind? Well, you can keep 1 token. He's adding 1 break. Oh, he could have pushed the guy. Well, we didn't want to. 1 opening, 1 break, 1 automatic power. Nice. And again, keeping 1 of something. So we'll keep 1 opening, 1 break, 1 automatic power. And we're still doing a BP1 on top, so let's go for another opening, I think. Okay, and then let's maybe have Rayloff go next. Now that he's not in danger of getting the priority. All right, so he gets 1 heat back. He's going to attack the boss first while he's in front of him. And yeah, he's got +2 to hit, so a 5's enough. Oh, which thing is he getting? That's a really good card, by the way. Rusty Knee Pad, so it's a 3 with the modifier. And he is doing 4 power +1 potential, 5 +1 automatic, 6. Ooh, which is enough for the... Oh, no, not enough for the overcome. Never mind. He's 1 short. Ooh, he does have yellow, and he's not even close to getting all. So, yeah, he'll spend a yellow to get an extra power to go to 7. All right, so that is another wound. And we get power 1 or discard 1 armor token. Oh, that's right. Whenever the Doppel Knight moves into... Where is it? Oh, here. Recycle. Each time a Doppel Knight moves through or ends its movement on a swamp terrain tile, it gains an armor token. Oh, but just a Doppel Knight, not the Knight of the Fen. But either way, yeah, we'll definitely get +1 power for next time. But then the wound effect was pushback 3, which luckily does not get him into a swamp. And we're escalating again. There's going to be a much nastier second turn. That's often how it goes when you kick butt. Oh, but we do have a BP2 on top. Also, I can't forget I got to be marking We Are Many. So that's 2 wounds. On the 4th, he'll summon another Doppel Knight. Now, I believe that's wounds just to him and not to the Doppel Knights himself. Whenever the Knight of the Fen is dealt a wound, place a token on the straight. After wounding a Doppel Knight, place it on the wound stack. So I don't know. I'm going to say Knight of the Fen does not spawn Doppel Knight or get We Are Many from his own Doppel Knights dying. Not really sure. By the way, that was pretty good. Oh, Rayloff can move. And I think I want him to get away from the slime a bit. So let's go like 1, 2 maybe. Well, that might be too far. I mean, he's already not in line with any slime, so I guess he's okay staying where he is. And he also could have pushed the guy, but he's getting 2 openings and 2 breaks, plus the automatic power that was just added. Like I told you, man, we're going to kick some butt here. Let's see, who should attack next? Renholder or Paracelsa with a BP2 on top, but still -1 armor. Now let's do Para. So she gets this card back. This one goes down to cooldown. She gets all her heat back. She can't Zealous Charge because she's too close. Well, unless she went after the guy, but then she'd be like right behind or right next to some swamp, which seems like a terrible idea. So no, she's not going to do a Zealous Charge. She'll just move up. Remember, from her Zeal, she gets an automatic attack reroll. She's going up to 4, so she can reposition after the entire attack is resolved. And she can do a reroll of a power die. And she's also going to leave some stuff behind. Nice. So she'll just move 2 to right there. Now, she could do her sacrifice and take damage, but now we got a ton of power. I think it's okay. And she's getting, an automatic power right here. She should be okay. All right, here we go. She's got +3 altogether, so that's enough. Gets her 3 reds as she hits his Muck Gambison. Okay. Oh, crud, we have an Instinct. So this will automatically resolve unless we had a critical, regardless whether we wound him or not in a second. But we still do the attack first. If it was an Ultra Instinct, Goku would be proud and it would immediately resolve. So she's got 3 +1 automatic, +1 from her weapon. So she's already got +2. I mean, yeah, this should be easy, right? Maybe not. So she gets 1 free reroll from from her level 2. If she had a 3rd Zeal, she would get another reroll, so she'll just reroll the Hope Dove there. If that's 2, break becomes 3, and then +2, and she only needed a 4, that's right, because he's still -1. So yeah, she barely did it, but she did make it. So we wound the guy again with a BP2, which is going to take out an AI2 activation and put it in an AI3, and add in a BP3, which again is really tough, but can double wound the guy. So, but before we do that, we're going to spawn a new Doppel Knight on the closest swamp terrain without a Doppel Knight, which would be this one behind him. I don't know, we'll have him facing there. Like I said, I'm taking one of these AI2s and getting an AI3, which, as you can imagine, are the nicest, and adding in a BP. Oh, that's right. I think we escalate first. Okay, and then this second swamp or Doppler Knight is going to get the BP1 on top, because they could have had a tougher thing themselves. And after the attack, Paracelsa can leave a break or an opening. Just an opening, a break, or get herself a Zeal, and she can reposition 1. Let's do the 1 required opening, and then I think 2 more breaks, because Ren is pretty dang accurate. And her weapon did get exhausted, so does she want to reposition 1? Well, maybe like 1 this way. And then finally, Renholder is too close to attack anybody, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually going to shoot this Doppel Knight. He's got +1 to hit, +2 from his bow itself. Oh, it's actually not enough. Let's get a heat. I could have done my cantrip thing and I didn't think about it. That's way better. Okay, so that gets us these and 2 breaks. Oh, what are we attacking? So no -1 this time, and it's his Corroded Pauldron. That's what the Doppel Knight has. That seems like a good roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 breaks, 7. No need for a reroll here. All right, so that's enough for the overcome, so I'm going to wound him. Which, okay, we'll get to that in a second, which will give us a power 1 in the pool for next time. Automatic hit, gotta love that. Yeah, what's the wound do? Knight of the Fen moves adjacent to the furthest knight. Oh, this guy's getting removed. Okay, the furthest knight, oh god, would be Renholder. So I guess he'll go right there. Hi. All right, we're escalating again. Oh, we've got a BP1 and an AI1 on top. That's weird. And again, does We Are Many trigger? You know what? It would be easy to say not for Doppel Knights. I'm going to say that it does, unfortunately. So I'll get a second Doppel Knight again anyway. And we'll just have to weather 3 attacks in a second. But that is, by the way, 4 single wounds out of 8. So we need to hit him 4 more times, or, 3 or 2 if we can get some of those BP3s going. Oh, wait, they also do a signature whenever I kill a Doppel Knight? I mean, this is only happening once, right? Because it's 4 wounds on the guy. 4 more will kill him. This is kind of terrifying. Okay. Now, I don't think I spawn a new swamp tile since the Doppel Knight was already on a swamp tile. That doesn't seem like it would make sense. But the number 2 Doppel Knight that I just killed comes back, I guess, right here on that swamp tile. And then that's going to suck. Okay, so the Knight of the Fen is going to the closest knight in front, which is Fen Holder or Ren Holder. And move and attack. X dice. X is 1 plus the number of Doppel Knights on the clash board. Oh god, that's 3. Okay, 3. You're needing 8s. Let's tap my shoes to get +1 to the evasion. 7s. Oh, it does say we're supposed to finish resolving the current action, so let's at least put out our tokens. All right, so Renholder's at 4, so he's going to put in 2 more magic and 3 cantrips. And then he can also reposition 1 thanks to the shoes, which, I mean, I guess he will. Probably won't matter. Okay, and then the guy moves up anyway and attacks. Okay, now here's the 3 dodge. Oh, we got 2. Sure, let's take a heat then to try to reroll the last one. That'd be great to not get hurt at all. 7 plus. Nope. So he's taking 2 per hit, and then he's checking his life. He's down to 7, so just a minor. Distracted. Oh, this is like gonna lock one of his action cards. Oh, it's worse than I thought by 2. But he has a 6 hand limit and only has 5 cards. So only 1 has to go away. I'm going to make it his teleportation one. But they aren't done. And don't forget, they're about to get an actual activation. So each doppelganger moves and attacks the furthest knight from them. For each hit, loses 1. And I guess X is the same, so they're going to roll 3 dice again. Okay, so for number 1, they're equidistant, and Fabio has the priority. So it's going to be like that. Let's see if he can block any. Ooh, let's use another heat reroll for that. Oh, geez, still 0? I mean, Fabio takes 3, though, so it's not too bad. Is the second one also going for Ren, I assume? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. Well, Rayloff's about to die, so I guess I'll have him go after Ren. His dodge does not apply anymore, so now it's just 8. Oh, he got a crit. And, I mean, he'll use both his heat. Well, no, because they're going to attack again. He'll use 1 heat. No, he's not going to use any heat to reroll. Never mind. He'll just take the 2 damage. Takes him to 5. Oh, what's his current? He's at major. Okay. And, inner strength. That sounds good. Lose 2 heat. Stand up. He may immediately perform a bonus attack. Well, he can't unless he throws his bow away. Or unless he drops his bow temporarily and equips his knives. Is that worth doing? You know, I'm going to say no, because he actually probably could get a kill with his knives. But there's currently an AI 1 attack on top. Well, I mean, even if a worse attack gets on top, if he kills one of the people, yeah, you know what? He is going to do it. Okay, so yeah, since he can't use his bow while it's exhausted, you can drop an item, so he'll get it back at the end of the fight, but he doesn't have it for the rest of the time. And he's going to equip his knives, and if he's double-handing them, he gets to roll 2 dice, no bonus, just red, so not nearly as good. Oh, speaking of his bow, he should have left a break token. But yeah, still not nearly as good, but we've got a BP1 guy next to us. We're just going to attack him. That shouldn't be too bad. So, he has all his heat back. So this is going to be easy, right? Let's make 2. No, his bow doesn't have a bonus anymore. So let's make 2 opening, 1 break. There we go. Now he's rolling 2 dice with +2 to hit each. So he needs 4s. Okay, he'll take a heat to reroll that. There we go. Oh, crap, that's right. He's going to 5 passion, which means he's a priority now. Whoops. But also gives him another free red on every attack. That part sounds pretty good. It's a nice roll. He's got 2 free rerolls, so let's do both of these again. That seems to be a lot. Okay, Slimed Hand. Oh, is this going to spawn another Doppel Knight? Gosh darn it. That's okay. How much did he get anyway? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 for free. 8, 9 with breaks. So yeah, way more than enough to leave a free power for the next person again. So that's a 5th wound, but we are going to spawn a new Doppel Knight on the closest swamp without a Doppel Knight, which will take this BP2, or no, I think we escalate first. And there's a BP3 on top, so that'll be the Doppel Knight. They're not really going very far away. And okay, we'll end up with an AI 2 on top, which isn't terrible, but still worse than a 1. We have the same number of Doppel Knights, but hey, he only needs 3 more wounds to die. But I don't want Renholder to die. That's the part that worries me. Oh, and I don't think I have reposition while this is exhausted. Crud, so I can't even run away for free. Oh, well. Once again, we get to leave 2 magic, but I have them already at my max. Or no, I guess my max went up by 1, didn't it, from that 1 event earlier. So I do get the 3 cantrips, and that's it until we get to number 6, where I would leave 2 more cantrips. Wow. But here's nightmare time. Stifling Sludge. A zone attack. Great. We can evade on a 10. And his first priority is the priority target. Great. Oh, and crud, he's definitely going to catch, how far does it go? Oh, it goes forever. Yeah, he's definitely going to catch, who is this? Fabio. No, Rayloff in the mix. And Rayloff doesn't have enough heat to do a reflex, although I don't think it would get him out of the way anyway. Okay, so they're each facing 3 hits, 10 difficulty. And if they have at least 3 heat, which neither of them does, they would roll an extra die. For each hit, lose 1. If you get 1 hit, you're slimed. If you get 2 or more, you're drowning. Great. And then the doppelgangers are going to go. All right, let's do Renholder first. That was actually, I wish I had that dodge skill. Not going to reroll because it's not really worth it. So he loses 3 life. We're in grave territory. And he's drowning, which is a fun one. When you're about to move, you roll a white die and all your armor dice. We don't have any of those, luckily. And for each grail, we gain a heat. And if we don't move during our turn, we just die. So, okay. All right, I assume Rayloff will also be in bad shape. Should I take a heat for that? Nah, I'll just take 2 damage. Oh, wait, that's enough to put him to death. Okay, fine, I'll take a heat. Come on. Okay, 2 dodges, so he only takes 1 damage, which means he is only slimed. And they just gain 1 heat when they move, and then it'll go away. Oh, wait, I forgot the grave card. What the hell am I getting to lucky ones? Godly Resolve. Don't stop. Discard all condition cards. Oh, nice. Okay, so I guess Renholder is not drowning anymore. I'm just glad he's alive. I mean, he does still have his second chance card, but yeah, it would have been nasty. Okay, but now each of the doppelgangers moves and attacks the furthest knight, and they take 1 damage and gain 1 heat for each hit. Now, 1 has got to be Ren, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But Ren does have that. Okay, good luck. Dodging on 10s again. Oh, he actually dodged 1, which is still going to bring him to 0. Should I reroll? I mean, there's no point in rerolling, right? Remember how I didn't want to lose my clues? Remember that, y'all? So I'm at exactly 0, which isn't enough bonus damage, so I just draw one of these. I died. No. Second chance. Okay, I can spend 1 magic. Clearly, I'm going to do that. Oh, but that's a one-time thing. It's discarded. And we go for it again. Yay, okay. All right, so he's alive for now. Oh, but that's right. He also, for each hit, he got 2 hits, gains a heat. So he's at 3 heat. Okay, and now the second one wants to go to the farthest. 4, 4, 3. Oh, gosh, Paracelsus has, not even been hurt, so let's go over here. She's doing her defense. No misses. So gaining 3 heat, taking 3 damage, which brings her to still a minor wound. And it's a feint. Place 2 opening and or break tokens in the night pool. Okay. Dude, that gives us a lot of tokens. Oh, you know what? We can go for the BP3. One of the 2 slimes has that. So let's make it 2 break tokens and just try to smash him. That'll get us to 7 wounds, and we can win if we get 1 more. But besides that, we're alive. We're alive. And these knights have never, moved into slime. They're always moving out immediately. So that part's nice. Okay, who do I want to go? Paracelsa has the best weapon, and she'll boost other people the most afterwards. So let's have her go for the 2. I mean, it's right next to her as well. Oh, and I forgot. She's at max zeal from me having to draw a Judicium card. She gets this back. Her heat's back to 1. And that's right, she exhausted this, but she can spend her movement since she's next to the guy to unexhaust it. You can unexhaust everything for your move or your attack. And yeah, here she goes. +1 attack, +1 automatic. This should be nice. Let's give her, what does she need? Just a 5 right now with the 1 automatic +1 hit. Let's give her 1 opening, and then the other 2 of these as break tokens. Because she's getting free red die like Renholder now, so she should be able to do some more hits. Actually, you know what? Let's use the sacrifice from her goddess to add 1 more break. She has to take 1 damage for that. Doesn't draw a card, though. She just needs to hit. Come on. Hey, it was a 5, but a 9 works too. Either way, we would have hit. Now she's doing 4 reds, and she's got all the breaks in the world. And a lot of rerolls. Oh, man, that already looks pretty good. Although we don't have very many breaks, do we? She's up to 2 free rerolls. I think I'll just reroll this one. The other ones are pretty nice. And, oh, man, that actually went down. Well, let's see how nasty the card is. Doppel Knight Buds. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the break, 7 with the bonus. Okay, we just make it. Because this is not the guy who gets minus armor. We'll spawn a new Doppel Knight after we kill this guy. That's fine. Because we have this card actually goes away and goes to the bottom of the BP deck after we reshuffle in a new one. But we do get a double wound in here, so that gets us a 7 out of 8. And yeah, since we're keeping the BP3, we search and we remove the lowest BP card, which is a 1. Although one of the Doppel Knights has a 1, so that's what we're going to kill in a second. That's the easiest thing to go for. But we automatically add a new BP3. And then again, the other BP3 goes on the bottom, so we got a lot of them. And we take out the lowest. We still have an AI1 in there. We also do that as an AI3, so they get mad when you hit them with a hard hit. And they're spawning a new BP3 guy on, where is it? Closest swamp without a guy. Oh, it is actually over here. She also had a hug, by the way, which didn't apply in this thing, but she could have moved around. So what's she adding? Break, break, breaker opening, breaker opening. Let's go. I mean, what is it? A BP1 we're going to go after? Let's do 2 breaks, 2 openings. And let's have Rayloff run in. And this will be the win if he can hit. So that's enough. 4 + 2. And then I can't, oh my God, that's a crazy one. Sludge-bloated rope. Yep, 5 power, way more than enough. So boom, we have defeated them. Actually, let me just count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they would have been slimed, but we're good. Oh, shoot, I just realized he was slimed, so after he moved, he would have gone right back up to 2 heat, which meant he couldn't have re-rolled either of those draws. Glad it worked out. Let's do our aftermath. Nobody dies. We reset all our stats. We get all our stuff back. We get rid of 2 Banes. I mean, none of this is really going to matter. We get to loot a Clash Scavenge and Scavenge 3, so we'll get a boss item and then 3 more things. And then we'll go to the quest. The oozing blood creature releases a tormented shriek, the saw of an agonizing bow on the strings of a dozen disembodied vocal cords. The shambling mass rises up, stretching to a massive height, then abruptly loses all cohesion, collapsing in a tide of stinking crimson slurry. You feel the dark, oppressive aura of its spawning lift. At least a little. It may reform in time, but it's greatly diminished. We don't have Fleischritter. You spend a little time at picking over the battlefield, but without the clergyman and with the other cultists devoured by the thing you just killed, there's little evidence to be gathered here. Turning your focus away from the ritual site, you look to the Eisenkirch looming tall above the rest of the city, a distant but ever-present landmark. With a sigh, you gather your things. You'll need to report to Nicodemus. He's bound to be displeased that the clergyman got away, but at least you witnessed what the cult were up to and defeated their creation. So we get to devotes. We're going to have 3 on St. Linda now, which means when we attack, we can do 3 damage to ourselves to gain a +1. But also, again, if we die in a combat, we'll have a better chance of not dying. And we upgrade both of our arcs. So look, now we can go up to 7 with bonuses. And the things are slightly different. I'll have to look up what some of these icons are. And now we're faithful, so we still start with 11 and the same heat. Actually, what is the difference? Oh, our heat max goes up faster, but actually we get... this is weird. We still have 11 vigor, but we get to major and then grave damage faster. I don't really love that, but the rest is good. All right, and the finish. A good man died today. You stand in the wreckage of the vestry of the Eisenkirch, where Nicodemus had set himself, a central location where he could command the other questers. They came while the other questers were out on patrol, striking quickly, brutally. A lone figure lies in the midst of the wreckage, a bloody mess. His eyes and lips have been sewn shut. A brand of the Allfather's Stauros burned into his forehead. 3 spears pierce his side, a bowl left beneath the wound to collect the blood, and his feet have been amputated at the ankles, the bloody stumps cauterized with a cruel flame. Were it not for the gilded stauros he wears at his breast, a gift from you on the day you'd become a quester, you wouldn't recognize his body. The imagery is clear to any child of the church, a mockery of the saints you hold so dear. Hieronymus, he of the sewn lips, Linda of the bloodied feet, and Urbane the thrice pierced. Gracious All-Father, take this honored soul into your palm. One of your fellow questers begins the last rites, reciting a simple yet earnest prayer for your fallen mentor. It all feels so pithy. In the face of such irreversible tragedy, nothing will bring him back. No praying, no obeisance, no begging and pleading to the All-Father. He's just gone. And what can you do? Your fist clenches at your side as you shiver with rage. Those damned cultists, you will make them pay. Upon all of the All-Father's promises, the saint's sacrifices, and your own immortal soul, you swear you will make them pay. But hey, with all that seriousness, let's forget that the wizard was trying to find a hat and a Scalamancer doing illegal stuff. You find the body of the Scalamancer just within the bounds of the deep fog in a most unexpected state. There are no external injuries to be seen on the body. Instead, the body is a melange of mismatched weathering without any seeming rhyme or reason to it. A wrinkled cheek with loose skin on one side, mirrored by one fresh and firm on the other, a mature adult ring finger neighbored by a tiny childlike pinky, a decrepit thigh, extending into a robust knee, then a lanky calf. The body as a whole is malformed in a way you've never seen before. You are caught between sympathy for a fellow scholar and curiosity what phenomenon might have caused these injuries. Even his clothes seem to have been affected by it. The only thing that remains unscathed is his hat. Yay! Successful investigation. We get a hat. Wire brim wizard's hat. Okay, for 1 heat, you can do a party trick. Place 1 card from your hand into the cooldown area to refresh 1. Oh, so you can just swap 1 card for another. I probably need to get cooler cards before that really matters much. Oh, and crud, I can only have 2 support items at a time, so I couldn't use my hat. Although I can give one of these to Paracelsa, maybe? I know you can do it if they're a lower level than you when you're together, but I don't know if you can just do it whenever you want. And, I forgot. I not only got 3 and 3, I got 1, 2, 3 extra. And I had 2 leads from last time. Oh, that gives me to 5. Cool. So I can say that I also completed the 1-2 that I failed last time. I'm supposed to find some will-o-wisps. The swirling patterns fascinate you. To most, the motions visible within the deep fog are utter nonsense, an exciting form of madness. But to you, with an eye trained to examine things beyond the physical world, so much more becomes visible. The witch lights the drunk at the tavern spoke of dance through the mist, a brilliant constellation of blue-white light. They drift in mesmerizing patterns, inspiring you to shuffle closer. You catch yourself just as 1 foot rises of its own bidding. No, you will stay in control. Other shapes manifest in the mists. Massive six-armed giants, a gargantuan bull, a ship that soared through the skies, some fiery star upon its prow, shadow and light dancing in an endless pattern, lux and tenebrae in equal measures. And then there's something else, running like a river between the light and shadow. The sickly green hue sets an uneasy, nauseous feeling loose in your body. You turn away before the strange glow can fully grasp hold of you. Oh, but I gain a new skill, which is great, because I can hold 6 in my hand and I only have 5. And if it's good enough, maybe I'll keep the hat and again, give the map to Paracelsa. Let's see what it is. Dazzling light. It would go to the delay area. Cost 2 heat and uses up my attack. Perform an attack with your Lux magic. Roll 1 die with precision 3. Get 1 black power die if you hit. Oh, plus 2 power on top of that? It's definitely better than... Well, I guess it's not better than 1 black and 1 red. Well, it might be. Oh, and it's deadly, so you have an easier time getting a crit. And it has daze. Diversion, I think, means you cancel a failure effect. And you add 2 can't... Holy crud. Okay, that is really good. What's the other side? Reading the miss. Oh, it's another deep fog thing to help you get through easier. Cool. Well, that was a darn successful time. We're not quite done. So we've gotten all these gear. And how it usually works is you can pick any card that's of your tier or lower from the indicated thing. So our full clash would let us get something from the Knight of the Fen. An exhibition class would let us get something from... Who was it that I fought? The Pumpkinhead guys. Upgrades will let us get upgrades, etc. Now, normally each character can only pick one of these, and then all the rest are just used for their money value. But for each squire, you can do one more. I believe that you divide it up. So I think with 2 squires and 2 characters, we each get 2 cards of items. Not 100% sure. So we'll definitely go for, obviously, the full clash and the exhibition gear, clash gear. You can pick anything you want, but it has to be within your tier. So the only thing left for the Knight of the Fen, because my other friends got something in the game we played last night, is the Mud Under Armor. Gives you a free evasion reroll once per attack. And gives you poison resilience and another way to get reflex. Well, sure. Maybe Paracelsa can take that. Although now she might want to buy some real heavier armor. Let's give that to Renholder. And for the pumpkin heads, 2 weapons. Oh my gosh. 3 dice with plus 3, each doing a red. And gives an opening and power reroll and a reposition? What? Or a carving knife. Oh, this is not a weapon. When you trigger overcome X in melee range. Oh, this is a stupid one. It's specifically for pumpkin heads. Never mind. Yeah, we're definitely going to get this and give it to Paracelsa because although her weapon is powerful, it kind of sucks that she has to exhaust it. And that thing's only one-handed. I think I might have her buy a shield too. Anyway, and then after we picked the items, we would each get to take turns picking cards for their money value. So you can see, if we each get 2 more of these, all the rest are worth 2 each, and there's going to be an odd number. So one of us will get 4 gold, one of us will get 6. That's basically how things go. But we'll stop it there because this has already been a long series, a lot of recording and editing for me. But I hope you enjoyed this series. I'll have a review in another week or 2 once I play some more. But for now, thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters, J. William F., Steve Wren, Pedro Lucas, Miles, Wayne Scott, KCW, and Andrew R. We'll see you at the next stop.